Well, monkey butt, you're a champ. Look at you. Hey, you fat boy. Hey, fat boy. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's Friday. GME did all right today. Closed above 32. Put millions of shares in the money. And here we sit. Maybe a little gamma on Monday. I bought a couple of options just in case. I plan on not holding them past Tuesday. Maybe they'll hammer it Monday and then Tuesday will bounce right back again because it kind of did that in November. So, things are still looking spicy for January. Here we are, just waiting. Updating on the Max Payne, still $21 for January 17th. They managed to get Max Payne up to $30 today. That's quite the jump from earlier in the week. So I'd do a lot of buying to do that, make that happen, which is why the price went as high as it did. Max Payne for next week is $29.50, so there's going to be a little bit less buying for them to gamma ramp it up there. Anything else on that front, Monkey? I have to bet. That's enough. Elon Musk has pissed off the traditional MAGA. So there's like the tech MAGA, and then there's just the right-wing reactionary MAGA. And they're at odds right now because Elon and Vivek want to make it easier to get H-1B visa people into the country to work tech jobs. And it's really ironic because 2 days ago, Elon was tweeting a dude, and he's like, "College is for suckers or chumps," or whatever he said. And then to last night and today, he's complaining that there aren't enough American-educated engineers to fulfill the roles needed at these tech companies. So which is it, dude? Is college for chumps, or do you need more engineers? Like, come on, man. So as a result, like Laura Loomer and some other more, I wouldn't say traditional, more reactionary conservatives, I mean, Nazis, they're really pissed. They're like, no, we shouldn't have brown people in this country. And Elon's like, but I need to pay people dirt wages to do these highly sophisticated jobs. And that's where the fight is happening. So they're tearing themselves apart, and it's kind of lovely. I wonder who's going to win on this one, the billionaire or the crazies. And man, like, put your money down, folks. Who's going to win that one? What else? What else, Monkey? Oh, the Azerbaijani passenger jet that crashed, apparently hit with a anti-aircraft missile. It blew out the stabilizers, so the jet was trying to fly via engine thrust, like put right on more, left on more, and that was the only way they could steer. So they really couldn't go anywhere, and they kept being given emergency airports to land at by the Russians because they couldn't go to Grozny like they're supposed to. They kept going towards the other side of the Caspian Sea. And then the Russians would deny them access to the airport and force them to go to the next one, to the next one, the next one, the next one. Eventually crashed in Kazakhstan. Those pilots who sacrificed their lives managed to save 20-something people with their heroics in that, and screw Putin. That being said, the ship that recently cut some cables that go to Finland got detained by the Finns. The Russians are like, can we have access? And the Finns like, eat shit. And on the ship was a whole bunch of sophisticated Russian spy equipment. So these ships are out there cutting cables on purpose. And knowing the Finns and the Norsemen, look up what happened when a Russian submarine, a Soviet submarine, found itself run aground in Norwegian waters. Swedish waters. And how close Sweden came to going to war with the Soviets. Like, these countries don't mess around. They're Vikings. They do not care. The Finns will take out 700 Russian soldiers for every one of theirs, and it will be absolute carnage. Don't call the Finns bluff. They're scary. They might have a wonderful economy, an educated population, and a highly sophisticated social network. But at the heart, they are berserker Viking people. And yeah, just don't mess with them. Don't mess with them. I can't remember if there's anything else for me to add. So I'm going to clickety-clack the clickety-clicker. Where am I going? I haven't done this one in a while, so let's do this one. Or not. Maybe not. Try it. There we go. Nope, didn't happen. Why is it not? That's not working. That's weird. Okay. Then maybe I guess we do traditional? There we go. What's the butterfly trying to work? What did I do wrong? Huh. Weird. Oh shoot, turn it off, Houston. Turn it off, turn it off. Okay. I was in the middle of I was late because I was trying to get the list done for the drawing, and I'm not done. I got some of you in here. Not done yet. I still got to finish it. So that's coming still. Tonight after work, I'll like come and finish it. I'm almost done. It's a lot of names. You got to punch them in there, and it just takes a while. Yeah. So, Dead Bass first, yes, and 9 Taco, certainly. Fred Jones third. Fred Jones Beef Burrito. Fred Jones Productions. What? Frozen State Productions. Sorry. What is Max Payne? IEP is what? Max Payne. What is Max Payne in general? Like, what is it as a concept? It is basically where options writers make their money. So you have amount of liabilities from puts and amount of liabilities from calls, and Max Payne is right in there. Where if they get to close there, they make the most money off everyone. We are on the call side, so we're managing to have more calls in the money than they hoped, and that's forcing them to go buy shares the next week, and that caused the price to go up. So delicious. And what is IEP? I don't know what IEP's Max Payne is. IEP Max Payne. ICANN Enterprises Max Payne calculator. Looks like Max Payne is around $10 or so. That's pretty low. And ICANN's IEP is currently at $9.11, which is really, really low. Carl better do something quick. Talked about making these shorts pay, and he's gonna have to do something to make them pay here. He's got a boatload of cash on hand, so make your play, Carl. You're at $9 right now. Right? Frozen Productions, Packers versus Vikings Sunday. Who wins the NFC North? Vikings. No. Packers. No. Vikings. No. Well, the Packers kicked the crap out of the Seahawks, and the Vikings almost lost the Seahawks. And we saw how terrible a game the Seahawks played yesterday. So, Green Bay. Green Bay wins. That's what I'll say. Dead Bass. I may have extremely drowsy yesterday, but I stayed awake for the full episode. I'm looking forward to Houston's live stream, eating a giant steak while gambling away money at the grocery store lottery. I did get the steak prepared. I will film it tonight. Where? Hey, little shit. Oh, why? Why do you love me so much? All I do is I just take you and I throw you like a football as far away as I can from me at all times. And you come here and you just want to love. All right. Well, yeah. So hopefully I get the steak video done. I'll have to just edit a couple of things because you get like putting the seasoning on, showing what seasonings there are. So I got to do my video editing magic to get that done. But I found whenever the grocery store, I usually do my grocery store shopping pretty late at night, like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and later in the evening when the butcher side is closing down, they have this little cubby in the frozen section in the meat department where actually it's not frozen, it's the refrigerator, where they take like the stuff they need to sell and they put like 50% discount on it and they stick it in this corner. And I just, if it's the good stuff, I just buy all of it. It could be like 20 steaks and I just buy all of it and I stick it in my freezer chest. And I just keep doing that. And so I got a freezer chest full of awesome shit right now. And I like my steak, but I don't feel like I can eat steak 7 days a week. I'll probably just like my heart will just go and that'll be it. So I try to limit myself to like 1 day a week of steak, maybe 2 if I'm feeling especially spicy. But yeah, I got loads in there, man. First Day Productions, have you ever taken an all beef hot dog, sliced it down the middle, put a sliver of kosher dill in the crevice, then wrapped a piece of bacon around it, broiled at perfection, side of veggies? No, I've never thought of doing that. Seems like a lot of work for a hot dog, personally. KCTB, tacos or cheeseburgers, Houston? I think that's just too entirely dependent upon mood. Like, I've had burgers that have blown my mind, and I've had tacos that have absolutely just like melted my brain. I've also had really mundane, shitty, don't write home about versions of either. And I think it really does depend upon your mood. And whether it's a weird van parked on the side of the road selling them. Because if it is, I'm going to the van. I don't know why, but it's going to be better than anything. And KCTV, Mac or PC? PC. I loathe Macs. I loathe the graphic user interface. I loathe the filing system. I loathe everything about them. They bother me. I do not understand the appeal. I don't understand the rigidity of a Mac interface. You can't do lots of things to it. I don't like it. Jeez, man, he's just quit causing chaos, please. I gotta go clean the guest room because this cat has knocked everything in the friggin' floor. It is a mess in there, and you're just gonna cause me hours of just painstaking everything. You little fluffy fart bucket. KCTB Bitcoin to 2 million in 10 years, Houston. It is a logical trend to assume. Well, let's look at what that means for everything, shall we? Let's. Okay. We gotta take the, where the hell did... Oh, there it is. Take you off there. What? Where's calculator? What the what? There it is. Okay. All right. So, 2 million in 10 years. Okay. And there's 21 million Bitcoin in total, right? So that means a market cap of 1,000 million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. 100,000 million, billion, for $42 trillion. So that's a market cap of twice the US GDP in a digital currency that can't be used anywhere. I mean, it can, but not without being a pain in the ass. Do you see the footage of the guy who transferred $13,000 in Bitcoin and the fees were like $700,000? Oh, shut up. You little, oh my gosh. Yeah, and the fees were like $700,000. Yeah, there's huge problems with the Bitcoin network, and people are like, oh, use Lightning, and then other people have zero access to Lightning, and there's also things that be ironed out for it to be able to get to a $42 trillion GDP. That's half the global. Sorry, its market cap would be half the global GDP in just Bitcoin. Remember, 97% of Bitcoin is owned by less than 1% of wallets. Everyone who champions it's the future, man. It's exactly what it's the future. It's future of commerce and everything. Name a commodity, like a mainstream commodity, where you have that much concentration of wealth in so few individuals that bodes well for everybody else. Right? It doesn't exist. We have a problem with the housing market because half the homes are being bought by large companies. We have problems with the stock market because like 60% of stocks are controlled by a few people. This is 97% controlled by less than 1% of wallets. A lot of people are like, well, a lot of those wallets are like dead wallets and they're lost. Okay, cool. Yay. That just shows that it's a shitty security system. Like, it'd be like, I put my money in the bank and the bank just vanished. They're gone forever, right? If you can show me practical uses, sweet. But it's all speculation. That's the only thing it has going for it, speculation. So by all means, speculate. Make money off the speculation. But if we're at a $42 trillion market cap of Bitcoin in 10 years and we still have not figured out a practical use for it, then what you're just going to have is you're going to have like 10 really rich people and everyone else going, well, that fucking sucks, right? What are you going to use it for? You can't plate teeth with it. You can't like make electronics out of it. You can't get a dividend from it. You can't like it isn't, I don't know, making vaccines or it's just some ones and zeros in a wallet somewhere that's also ones and zeros, and then that's all you got. And what happens when they buy it all up, right? The ETFs buy it all up, Sailor and MicroStrategy buy it all up, and they have all of it. Now what? If no one can have access to it and no one can buy any, then you've lost the market entirely. You need to have like, what would I call it? You need to have liquidity. You need to have liquidity in that market for people to create a market. I mean, if someone were to buy up every, I don't know, what example can I use, Kitty? If one person were to buy every single solitary painting in existence, all paintings from any somewhat notable to very famous painter, they own all of them. All the Da Vinci's, all the Van Goghs, all the Basquiat's, all the every painting you can imagine. And they take it all and they lock it in an underground vault and they hold it there for 1,000 years, right? So for 1,000 years, there is no art market. It's gone. I mean, new artists might pop up, whatever. But this, in my example, you've locked up the artist too. Anyone shows any skill whatsoever in art, they get locked up in that vault for 1,000 years, and where they turn to dust and blow away. And then after 1,000 years, you know, when no one knows what the hell art is, I guess your progeny, 50, 100 generations from now, can be like, oh, we're gonna sell grandpa stuff. There needs to be some action for a market like that, for an economy like that to work. And if you're just buying it and holding it and never moving it around, never being used for anything, then what good is it? You sleepy little cat. I think she just bugs the shit out of me, so she knows that I'll just hold her like a little baby. And since she can just purr herself to sleep, you little stupid little fucking piece of crap. Look at you. Look at your stupid little cute face. Okay. Yeah, but I might get 2 million and we go, well, it's at 2 million. Dead Bass. Odd to see a close price of 32.20 instead of X99. Yeah, I think they tried. There was a big short attack earlier in the day and they just couldn't do it. They briefly got it below 32 and it went brrr, when the goal was to get it below 30. And I think they just kind of gave up. Hugh G. Rexon. H-Geek, could GME bone to $50 next week? I don't think it's going to happen next week. I think if it goes to 50, it's going to be that week of the 17th. Personally. I could be wrong, but I think it'll be the week of the 17th. It may be that Friday the 10th if we get something special out of Roaring Kitty on the 9th, like I'm hoping. Maybe that Friday things go knucking futs and we get something amazing out of it, and then that means the whole next week goes bonkers, right, Kitty? Oh my goodness, it goes bonkers. Oh, Yes. Oh, this cat. The ear hole is the place. Look at this thing. It can't think. Oh, look at that. Look at it. Oh, you're just gonna grab my face because it just feels so good. Yes. Okay. Rosemoon. Hey guys. Working sucks. Wish I could just show my feet somewhere and live off that. But anyways, how's everyone? I mean, you can show your feet somewhere. The internet. Before there was things like OnlyFans and I don't know, Pornhubs and whatever. I went to school with a girl. She had a website, and it was soandso'sfeet.com, and she was doing $4,000 a month. And she's like, all I gotta do is I just like take a pump and I just dangle off my toe and post a picture, and then I get like hundreds of dollars for it. It made me want to like shave a leg, paint my nails, and just dangle a pump off my feet. She's like, I never showed face, never showed anything other than like calf and foot. She's making $4,000 a month. That's 20 years ago. So, yeah, if Rosemoon, there is a market for it. And Rosemoon, I heard back from my friend. She cannot get to Vegas for the show, although she said she has lots of friends who are going to that Vegas show for Duran Duran. So sorry, the one person I thought of that could do it. If anyone else wants to go to see Duran Duran, Rosemoon's got 3 tickets. Nunamoth. Is it better to wait until January 8th to pick up those options or get them early? I think it really depends on what the price action is doing. I'm hoping that it kind of settles out. Like it might have a little puny pop this week and they push it down. Just kind of goes even Steven through New Year's and into that week of the 10th. So that implied volatility stays pretty low. That's what I'm hoping anyway. You were just a little mouth breather. Look at you. You're out. That's my hope, so that I can use the theta decay to make them cheap. And I could be totally wrong, and then prices go nuts before that, and then implied volatility is through the roof. And if I want to buy any options, I'm paying through the nose anyway. But it's a gamble. Everything's a gamble, right? Your breath smells like cat food. Hazel A. Hi, Houston. Hi, Hazel A. Rosemoon. Oh, yeah, steak. Aaron Salentine. Houston. Houston has been an honor on this journey to MOAS. We might be on the verge of MOAS the week of January 24th, 25. Fingers crossed. The fight continues. Never give up, everyone. Right? I hope. Crazy billionaires will win. Lol. It happens. D says, hi guys. Charles Bronson. Pulte says, RC may be close to an acquisition. Just his gut feeling. Is this towards BBBY? One can hope, right? One can hope. If it is towards BBBY, yes. Cat, do you ever breathe through your nose? Your mouth is open at all times. Look at this thing. Oh, can't see it now. You can't see it now, but the mouth is always open. Aaron Salentine says, look up ticker symbol ZOM. If you want a penny stock to squeeze to 260 like it did in 2021 when GME was having its baby squeeze. If we have full-on MOAS, ZOM can go from 12 cents to $10 to $20 or more. ZOM. Do one-handed because I got a stupid cat in my hands. Boink. ZOM's at 12 cents. Okay, what we got here? Can I go like that? Can I go like that? Let's go to the 5-year. Okay, so it was at 8 cents October 2020. Had a climb about the same period of time, November, December, etc. And then bam, up to $2.57. And then and here we are at 12 cents. What is ZOM? At Zomedica, we're committed to meeting all the needs of clinical veterinarians in ways that promote both patient and practice health. This is written really weird. It's our mission to advance efficiencies, veterinary practice. Well, ZOM. Noted. Did squeeze that same week, it looks like. Its peak was February 12th. So it's one of those penny stocks that peaked the week after. So there was a whole slew of zombie stocks and OTC penny stocks that went nuts in the weeks after the GameStop like sneeze. So it looks like one of those. So it might be something that, GameStop does its thing, and then you buy into it, and it does its thing a week later, right? Right? Get that tail. Eat it. Eat that tail. Deserves to die. BBBY brand, Russia's immediate response to news of the jet going down, speculation that caused it. And the speculation that caused it was, let's not jump to conclusions, let the investigation happen. Normally, they outright say, it wasn't us. Yeah, it was totally them. Oh, and I missed another BT brand. He says, well, here, remember the stake in the drawing? The trend says no. What result be? Did stake, didn't finish the drawing. So, half? You didn't quite get your parlay? Maybe you did get your parlay because I haven't finished out both of them yet. Oh, I missed an anonymous super chat. People having trouble getting money out in China. Oh yeah, that's always a problem in China. China does not have a global currency, and you can only take, I think, the equivalent of about $50,000 out a year. So a lot of billionaires have to do everything on credit cards. So if they purchase like a house somewhere else, they have to do it on like an American Express black card or something, and that's how they get stuff. Because then they pay it to their bank in China. So, yeah, the whole reason China does it that way is because they saw what happened in Russia when Russia opened up, and everyone with means in Russia was like, peace, and left. And China can't have that because they're already going to be facing population decline. And if they have population decline and all the billionaires leave as well, then what? Take all their factories with them, take all their businesses, take all their banks with them. So China is desperately trying to figure out a way to be a global player, but without having to use their currency to do it, which is why like BRICS is never going to happen, because then it gives them a global currency, and every billionaire in China just pieces out, right? Right? Oh yeah, you little stupid cat. Okay. Would not tell me BBBY is still alive. BBBY is still alive. Thomas X is in full meltdown like a fire you can't look away from. Elmo is making fireworks ahead of New Year's. The stupidity is astounding. Absolutely astounding. But you know what? Let them eat each other. I'm okay with that. And Muley McWoolhead, Houston, I think you should become a pilot, Houston. I think you'd be good at it. I mean, if I were wealthy enough to have my own plane, I might do it. I don't know. I don't know if I would, like, as a career, it's probably too late in the game, right? They require them to retire at 62. You know, being a junior pilot, making like $10,000 a year, flying some regional airline contractor crap. I don't want to do that. But maybe it's like a recreation hobby. Like be like John Travolta or who else? The famous pilots that are rich. Bruce Dickinson. I could do that. Charles Bronson, if Virtue falls, how will this help meme stocks? Not a clue, really. I mean, it seems like it would shift the liabilities onto Apollo. I don't know why Apollo would want that. It's like UBS absorbing Credit Suisse. Like, yeah, I'm going to take on all those turds. Nom 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 nom. Right? Eat them turds. You are out. Ugh. I gotta keep adjusting arms because I cannot hold a cat for this long. Off the grid hero super chats. Is Elon connected to Stellar Crypto XRP XLM? It's up. I have no idea. He talks about Doge and Bitcoin. XRP price. Okay, what's XRP at right now? Still at $2. Down a little bit today. It's been $2 since the election, really. Peak was 268 on December 2nd, and it's down overall since then. But yeah, I don't know. It do what it do. DS, anyone hold IEP? I think a lot of people do. because it pays out its dividends, and the dividends did get halved. It's at 50 cents now. So 2 years ago it was $2 a share per quarter, and now it's 50 cents per share per quarter. So again, ICAM better have something planned, man, because investors won't put up with it for long. But he is the main investor. He owns like 90-something% of it. Muley McWoolhead around half the month off at the low end, make 100K at the high end, 500K, and even work less than half the month. We're talking about a pilot. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I could do that. Doesn't really interest me. All right, kitty, can I put you down here? My arm is tired. I'll put you right here with the sleepy guy. There you go. Yeah, that's a good spot. You stay right there. Okay. Lisa saw H5N1 was found in cat food. Poor kitties ate it and died. Yeah, it was in a raw turkey mix, produced in Portland, Oregon, and people fed their cat raw turkey full of bird flu, and the cat died. So, again, people, cook your meat products. Pasteurize your milk. I don't know how else to explain this to you. One of the things that separates human beings from animals, there's this medical anthropologist who came and spoke at my college. He was from Harvard. He had just released a book. It was like 2004, 2005, somewhere in there. And the book was a question about, someone asked him, he's like, okay, what separates us from animals? And the classic thing is like, oh, we got opposable thumbs. Well, so do chimpanzees, so do raccoons, right? They got opposable thumbs. It's our use of tools. Well, they found that crows and raccoons and birds and all sorts of use tools. So not necessarily that. Is our big brains. Well, dolphins and whales have brains bigger than ours. Okay, so maybe it's not that. What he concluded was it's the fact we cook our food. We cook our food, and that's what has allowed us to become what we are. Fire, right? The amount of grass a cow has to eat is insane. It's a big animal, right? But it has to eat so much, it has to consume so much of what it does because it doesn't get that much energy out of it. So it has to have these 4 stomachs. It's a really inefficient process. Little kitty cats, these little fuckers, right there. They're fighting right there. They have really short GI tracts, which means when they eat their food, they actually don't digest that much of it. Same thing with like a Canada goose. You know how there's goose shit all over a lawn? Because they're eating it and it's just coming right back out, and they're absorbing very little of the nutrients out of that. We cook our food, and it breaks down all sorts of enzymes so that when we actually eat it, we absorb it into our system, and we can eat less than we would have to if we were just out there hunter-gathering, eating stuff as it comes. And it allows us to cook out parasites, bacteria, viruses, other pathogens that would take us out, right? So why are you advocating against our evolutionary advantage of cooking our food to eat raw ground beef on YouTube and show everyone while you have tapeworms just ravaging your system? You can just not and eat food that tastes good. That's the other thing. Why don't you eat stuff that tastes good? All these raw everything people, everything they touch just tastes like shit. Improve it, man. You have one life. Why you gotta eat garbage? You don't need to eat raw ground beef. You can season it and I don't know, mix in an egg white and grill that fucker and put some bacon on it and cheese and then eat that. Smoke some ribs, dude. Get a milkshake. I don't know. Do something delicious. Anyway, don't feed your cat raw cat food. BBBY brand, the cat food was found in literally frozen raw chicken. That's frozen turkey. But I bet there probably is in frozen chicken too. Brennan Wells, sup? Bought more No Labs today. What did No Labs do today? Don't look at that one. 16 cents. Up to 17 after hours. Still doing what I did yesterday. Robert Manson, 13 days between kitty tweets. Do you think he'll do one on the 1st or that Sunday to start the week ending 1/9? You better buy your calls before the 9th, I think. January 9th, baby. If there is an announcement on the 9th, look out for the week of 17th. That's my goal. My goal is to get my options before the close on the 9th. I might be wrong, and I may miss it by a week. Should have bought them earlier. I don't know. But that's got a couple paychecks between now and then. Hoping to get what I can. Video brand cat is heavier than she was earlier. Yes, she is. As long as she can't climb on everything, one mistake at a time. Oh my gosh, the cat is like a one kitty destruction machine. Alex Bishop, the laptop I bought on Black Friday for Canadian dollars $1,199 now costs $2,199 on every online store. How much does your PC cost right now? Oh, I should look at that. Let's see what it looks. Oops. Let's see here. Orders. Oops. Yeah. Go there. Yes. Log me in, you little stinker. Go. Why is it not taking me here? Just take me my stupid page. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Where was it? Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Go past that. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Okay. It is currently $15.99. Okay. Well, there's one for $12.59. So it's between $250 and $550 more than when I bought it. So, hey, I got a deal. How about that? Yay. This is the computer I got here. That one. This guy. So, $12.59 trace mesh. Oh no, maybe which one did I get? No, I got i9. So I have I have i7. i7. That's right, I have i7. I have 4060, 32 gigs. I have that. 1 terabyte. Yeah, so it's this one. So it's 200 whatever dollars more. $250 more. Okay. Oh, I got a deal. All right. I guess you can get this one, and it's fancier. It is. That's with a Ryzen, not an i7. And Radeon. 32 gigs, 1 terabyte. Huh, I don't know why that costs more, but whatever. Cool. My computer's working great. I have not had internet slowdowns, so maybe the whole me being pissed off at Comcast thing was just at a piece of shit 10-year-old PC. It was like, you're making me do too much. So here we are. Jiminius, Houston. Between cats and dogs, which ones keep a stricter pecking order? That's a good question. I think, in general, dogs would. Like, Monkey is very much... She's around other dogs. She establishes that pecking order pretty quick. And if she's like, I don't like that dog, she literally lets them know. And she's like, I don't like you. And that dog's like, oh. You saw her kick the crap out of Snoopy once. Snoopy's 140 pounds. He's more than twice the size of Monkey. And she beat the shit out of him. And so he was like, oh, I'll back off. Chalupa Batman very much does like to assert his authority. He did a better job, actually, with the last kitten from the other roommate. Come up here. Come on. You're looking like you want to come up here. There we go. Yes, hello. Hi. Did a better job with the last roommate's cat. And he basically just like find her, sit on top of her, and just bite down on her nape and hold her there. And you do that for hours. That kitten's like, I want to go, but I can't. I'm in the off position. This one puts up such a fight that he gets tired. He's like, oh, just leave me alone. So I think when push comes to shove and this one gets bigger, she's going to be the dominant cat. And Chalupa's just going to be too fat and old to do anything about it. He's got his little sumo moves he does, but she's getting bigger every day. It's getting hard. Oh, you're gonna bite my shoulders? That's what you're gonna do? You're gonna attack me now? Oh, the guy who gives you ear scratches? Is it? Oh, I'm gonna kick that back leg. She's like a dog. She kicks the back leg if you scratch her ear. All right, there we go. How was that? Cool. All right. Thomas, Archbishop, what brand model? Oh, the laptop. Go over there. Alt F4, press them. Happy birthday, Houston. Just wondering, what are some key metrics you look for in companies' financials to see good outlook? People said Grove is good, but I want to know what to look at for its references. Well, in just regards to Grove, at the Pulte thing, everyone got like $100 gift card to Grove because, Andrew came on and he talked to everybody and I got my coupon and I looked at the website and I was like, I don't want any of this. So, like, I guess there's people out there who look at it and go, oh yeah, I want that hippie cleaning product. So, generally in companies I invest in, part of me has to feel like I want that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I would use that. I believe in this product. So part of me has to sort of have some sort of belief system in that for me to really, truly get my brain looking beyond whatever metrics they have or understanding their use. Like, I'm not going to go out and get like a Caterpillar D9 bulldozer and clear a forest, but I understand its use for it, and that makes sense to me, right? But there's a lot of companies out there who make products, and I'm like, I would never use that, and I don't think anyone should use it. And they somehow exist, and people have invested and make money off it, but my brain just can't, man. I think I told this story before. I invested in this company called Mad Cats Interactive in like 2011. I was looking at penny stocks, and I was doing little penny stocks, investing in things, and I got the Call of Duty was original Black Ops, and I was playing it a lot, and then they signed some sort of deal with Mad Cats to make like Call of Duty Black Ops, headphones and gamer things, and I was like, all right, I'll invest in this thing because they're getting this deal, and I invested in them, and the stock price went woohoo! It flew. I was like, tripled my money in a couple of weeks, and I was like, no way. And I was like, well, I don't have any Mad Cats Interactive things, so I need new headphones. So I bought some Mad Cats Interactive headphones, and I used them, and they just dematerialized in a matter of days. These like $90 headphones just fell apart. And I was like, fuck this company. Sold it. Sold every share I had, and then the stock collapsed because everyone else bought all their their Call of Duty branded headphones and whatever, and it all fell apart because there's a shitty company making shitty products. So, belief in the product, or at least understanding its use, and that's probably the biggest thing. And then you look at the traditional things, earnings per share, growth, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's what you do. So I think that's what everyone does, right? There's that elementary school with a bunch of third graders who joined a stock competition, and then they joined this competition, and they were doing so competing against like finance schools and business schools across the country, like college educated people, and the third graders kicked their ass. Absolutely got like 25% returns across the board, and absolutely crushed all the business schools. So the business schools were doing was they're looking at only earnings per share, stock buybacks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and like the traditional stuff that you'd find when you look at Yahoo Finance, et cetera. And the kids bought all their stocks based upon things they liked. They really liked Under Armour shoes, and everyone was wearing Under Armour shoes at their third grade, so they bought Under Armour. The Tickle Me Elmo is the most popular thing. I don't know who built that, Hasbro or something. So like they bought a whole bunch of Tickle Me Elmo or Hasbro stock. The girls really liked some sort of makeup skin treatment thing, and so they bought a whole bunch of shares in some off-brand company that made some sort of niche product, and they went purely by fad. That's it. Like whatever was popular with those third graders bought stock in it, and they crushed the finance bros. So, something to be said about believing in a product and like, yes, this is what I like to use this. I will buy stock in it. And, there's probably no better example than that than the people who are Apple nerds. I am not an Apple nerd. But the Apple nerds are like, I buy everything Apple. I will own their stock. I will buy their iPods, iPads, iPhones, iMacs. And they just like, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point. Tesla had that going. Tesla had the cult of personality, the devoted product users, and then their cult leader turned into a Nazi, and then sales are way down. People can't get rid of their cars. And, Tesla's still up, but there isn't really any reason market-wise for it to be up. So I don't know what kind of shenanigans are being pulled for it to be up at this point. But sales are way down, and product quality is way down, and user or customer loyalty is way down. Those are not sustainable. Robert Manson. Oh, Bitcoin hit 106,000. It's fallen to 94. It's the second time in 3 days it's fallen back to 94. So, yeah. See, I was gonna play some Call of Duty, but then I saw Houston holding a cat upside down, so now we watch. Well, there she is. She is just mellowed out. Oh yeah, right there. You got the whole bed to yourself now. You kick the fat guy off. Stephanie L super chatting. Hey, Houston, happy holidays. It was my birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Stephanie. So I missed you live yesterday. I wanted to see if there was anything up with OMX, and are waiting on anything BBBY court cases resolve. There's always things on BBBY. OMX popped after hours big time yesterday. Oops, that was wrong. That was the wrong. No, don't. I put an S to 7X. So yeah, well, OMX is up a tier. So from 40 something cents to 70 something cents after hours, and now we're sitting at 63. They had announced they did a big deal with an outside investor, and they sold them shares at 55 cents when the stock was trading at like 40. And that, I think, has caused them to have a big boom. That was an 8K release the other day. They're still a far cry from that $5 where they were sitting for a long time. And they still haven't done anything in any of their filings talking about the $35 million they made in that NAFTA case. So, I don't know. BBBY, Salvatore keeps pointing it out. He's like, there's no significant filings from anybody on the bankruptcy side for the entire month of December. Either everybody's on vacation, and they're like, we'll deal with this thing in the new year. Or some sort of negotiations going on. I have a roommate who does organizing for big lawsuit cases and court cases. And he's done stuff for big oil companies and things. And he was talking about how he always knew there was a settlement coming because all of a sudden all information stopped flowing. Like no filings happening, nothing happening, and there's that means there's some sort of negotiation, settlement happening between the two parties. We might be seeing something similar like that. Like the only real filings we got are some BS gift card cases. Like who cares, right? That's going to affect anything in the long run. So there's all the hopium in the world that we can have. Is anything going to come of it? I hope so. We'll see. Eventually, we'll get our answer one way or the other. But happy birthday, Stephanie. BBBY brand. Bitcoin is a broken concept because it's not circulating through users' hands as it was intended. Dragons hoarding gold is not an economy. That's a better way of putting it. To have an economy, you need circulation. If you don't have circulation, then what you have is a luxury good. And luxury goods, they're worth something to people who can buy luxury goods, but they aren't worth anything to everybody else. Like, I have no use for Hermes handbag. None. Hermes. No use for it. I can get a backpack for $20 at Ross. I am not going to spend $40,000 on a handbag. But if I were filthy rich, I'd be like, yeah, screw Ross. I'm going to go buy myself a fancy handbag because I can, right? I have no use for a private jet. I can get on an airplane and go where I need to go. And yeah, I got to wait in line, blah, blah, blah. But like, I'm not going to go out and spend $40,000 for a flight when I can spend $200 for a flight, right? So if you turn Bitcoin into a luxury good, then that's what it becomes. It does not become the currency of the future. It just becomes a luxury good. And that's where Bitcoin is headed. Great for those who got in early. Fantastic. Good for you. Good for you. But everyone else at this point is like, I haven't used it yet, and I don't see any use for it now, so and they'll just let the luxury people have it. I think it's kind of where the majority of the population is going to be on that. And BBBY brand says, zombie stocks rose from their grave in the squeeze, but did anyone actually sell theirs, or was it high value in name only? That's true. A lot of them may not pay attention at all. So like, because a lot of those like penny stocks are just held as like forlorn afterthoughts in a lot of people's accounts, and they may not have done anything about them. Zappy, shout out to Monkey Butt, Fat Cat, and Kitten. Shout out to you, you little terrorist. Yeah. Snort alert. Oh, Houston. Boy, snort alert. Hazel, hey, Houston. The little kitty loves you. She's getting big. She is. She's just a long, skinny tube at the moment. So she doesn't have any meat in her bones. She's just fluffy. But she's very long. Moving the Coolhead will teach you to fly after MOAS. How's that? Perfect. Always wanted to get one of those. They've made them over the years, but there's like passenger cars that have like wings that can fold out. I always thought they're hilarious. Be like, well, I could drive to California, or I can just drive to the local airport and take off. N9, thoughts on Elon's burner Twitter accounts? Elon is so bad at using burners. He really is. Like, you got folks like Keith Gill and Ryan Cohen who, if they have burners, everyone's like, oh, is it their burner? I don't know. But then there's a whole bunch of imitators, and the imitators might be the burner accounts. They might not have burner accounts at all, and you just can't guarantee it. Elon's burner accounts get outed like that. He just isn't that good at using them. And he goes on spaces under his burners and like uses his real voice, and everyone's like, oh, hi, Elon. Oh, it's not Elon. I don't know who you're talking about. My name is Anthony. Right? You know, okay, Elon. And his burner accounts are creepy. The little weird little baby one that he had. And then there's all these rumors that he was part of like, I don't know what they call it. People like dress as diapers and talk as babies in San Francisco. And like that community was like, you're too weird, get out. So, I don't know what call them, like uppies. I don't know what do you call the nursing baby people fetish guys. But anyways, he apparently would try to be a part of that in San Francisco, and they're like, you're weird, get out. And so he couldn't even like crack the weirdo groups. And so he made this really weird baby account pretending to be like his son. He gets outed every single time. So yeah, Elon's bad at burners. That's my thoughts on it. Just Bodies reached 10,000 shares of No Labs today. I'm chilling on that now. Nice. I'm not there yet. I haven't bought any big No Labs and probably won't until I get like a major win out of either BBBY or GameStop at this point. It's raining here, so probably 50 turkeys eating in a single cow pasture on the drive from work. Oh, just bird flu trajectories happening over there, huh? Stupid ham, one gobble at a time. Dave R. Hi, I just found about a Prince Rupert's drops. How strong is that? They're apparently like one of the hardest things ever, unless you crack the tail and the whole thing shatters. The other one Prince Rupert drop is you've got molten glass and you throw it into water. You let it into water and it instantly seizes it and doesn't allow it to form any crystalline structure. And it makes a little teardrop. And if you try to smash the head, like you can put it into hydraulic press, it just won't break. But you snap the tail and it shatters the entire thing into a million pieces. They're pretty cool. There's lots of fun videos on Prince Rupert drops out there. But yeah, they're insanely strong unless you break the tail. And then they don't exist anymore. MS, how far away is your camera? Thinking of making some videos, and you look good, my friend. My camera is right one arm length, basically, from where I'm sitting right now. That my finger is about a centimeter away from the lens, right there. So, but also it's kind of a wide field, so I've actually cropped it a bit so that it fits me inside of it a little better. Yeah, I would like to build a new desk. The desk serves its function, but like the cable management's a nightmare. The tabletop is a little too narrow. It's about 19 inches, and I want maybe 25 or so. So I think of getting some butcher blocks and building on a new desk. And also, one problem I have is that the back of the desk has a skirt that goes along it, which means I cannot mount the monkey cam or this microphone to the back of the desk. So they're in the way of my third monitor. So like I'll do things on this third monitor and I gotta like look on either side of these two mounts here. And it's really annoying. So if I could build a new desk from butcher block, it'd be bigger, it'd be wider. And I could also make it about 5 inches longer on this side. So that would give me some space here. So I need to do that. But then I get like the hundreds of dollars I would use to do that and I go buy GameStop with it. And I don't need it. I can use it. I can live without it, but it'd be nice to have. BBBY brand Prince Rupert drops are very, very strong in the right places. Yeah. Oh, he's got a link to a video. There you go. Mike C. College for suckers, but we need more college educated people. Yeah. I mean, I think what we should do. Like a lot of people complain, like, oh, the humanities got a degree in underwater basket weaving. Like that's not the issue. The issue is we have too many Americans getting business degrees. And if you have a business degree in the chat, I apologize. I'm going to talk shit about business majors for a moment. About 1.6 million bachelor degrees are conferred every year. 1.6 million. Of that 1.6 million, about 10,000 are computer science. Around 200 are astronomy, astrophysics. But there's 600,000 business majors. So the 1.6 million degrees, over a third of them are business majors. That's a lot of business majors. What do business majors do? What skill do they bring to the table? They can't design. They can't invent. They can't create. They have no idea what production is involved. They have no idea how to invent stuff, right? They know spreadsheets may be limited, not as well as somebody getting like a CPA or something. They know how to make Microsoft PowerPoints for corporate overlords. They know how to manage people. But if you don't know how those people's jobs work, you're not going to do a very good job managing them. You'll end up with business bros like you have going from McDonnell Douglas into Boeing, where Boeing was run by engineers for 100 years and they kicked ass. And then they merged with McDonnell Douglas and somehow McDonnell Douglas like business bros. And they put the bean counters in charge and they destroyed the company. We have too many business majors in this country. If we can convince people, if they're going to go to college, do something other than business, right? Make an undergraduate business degree illegal. That's what I think. If you're going to do business, you have to get a degree in something else and then go for an MBA. No undergraduate business people. That they're the most useless degree out there. And like there's a business school in Ireland, Islandwood. So Islandwood is this, I don't know what to call it. It's a facility. The Brainards, they made, I think it's Corel, the Corel suite, like Corel Draw, those WordPerfect, and they sold to Adobe, I believe, for several $billions. And 20-something years ago, they built this facility on the island that kind of works like a summer camp slash ecotourism place. And then there's a graduate institute called the BGI, the Bainbridge Graduate Institute, that confers MBAs, and it's through the University of Washington, and they get these MBA program people through their school. And the whole idea is an MBA program for people who want like a sustainable Earth. So people go into business thinking like, oh, I'm gonna figure out how to recycle things, or make businesses more green, help the environment. And I understand the desire, the love, the draw, etc. The people themselves are quite useless. They might have the urge to help the universe, but if you like sit down and you talk to them, they have no skills. I worked in a bar where they would come in after every midterm or every final. They'd come in, they get hammered, a whole group of like 40 of them or whatever. And you sit and you talk to them, and you're like, oh, every single one of these people come from money. Every last one of them. They went through high school, never had to get a job. Never worked at a grocery store, never babysat, never, because they had money. They'd got an allowance of hundreds of dollars a week, and they might be nice, they'd be kind, they might not be spoiled in their brain, but they're really naive about how the rest of the world works. And then they go off to college. And they go to college, and college is paid for. Daddy just writes a check, pays for college. And then they graduate. And they might get an undergraduate business degree or something. They got their degree in business, and now it's time for their year abroad. So daddy gives them a credit card, and they travel the world, and they go to 40 countries, and they, bang hookers in Bangkok and climb mountains and pray in I don't know, in India, and they backpack through Europe, and they go to South America and have a spiritual experience in the Andes, and then they come home like, I've seen the world and I want to make the world a better place. So I'm going to go and get my MBA at this special graduate school. And they go to the graduate school where they spend 2 years learning how to, I don't know, push paper around and self-congratulate themselves. And then they graduate. And then daddy gives them a job as VP of environmental advancement at their corporation. And then they start managing people. Through that entire time, they've never swept a floor. They've never cleaned up a dirty child. They've never sold a product to anybody. They've never stocked a shelf. They've never done anything. They've never mowed a lawn. And somehow now at age 26, right, they have their first job in their entire life, and it's as a junior executive at a major company. They never took an engineering course. They never took an art course. They never created anything. They never built anything in the garage, right? They never screwed in their own light bulb or fixed a wobbly table. There's always been someone to do that for them. And now they're expected to manage people whose lives took a completely different trajectory from theirs. Whose lives were, oh, my car is broken, I can't afford to fix it, I have to fix it, right? Not, I'll just drop it off the mechanics to go buy a new one, or whatever that rich people do. And so their skill set is just sort of detrimental to everything else below their command structure. On the flip side, you have the business majors who do come from a rougher background. And those business majors who do come from a rougher background, they go to non-prestigious business schools. They're not getting their business degrees even from like University of Washington or Harvard or Michigan or, University of Chicago. They're getting their business degrees from like southeastern Memphis State or whatever, and no one's heard of their school, and then they work, I don't know, they get some sort of certificate and become a barber. So the people who did like have to work their way through school, did have to work grocery jobs or whatever, and can bring some sort of expertise to a management level position, they're not the ones getting it because nepotism is what makes the world go around. So yeah, less business majors in this world, man. Way fewer. Let's just can undergraduate business majors in general. And you cannot get accepted, if I had my magic wand, you cannot get accepted to an MBA program until you have at least 5 years of work experience. There. Done. Problem solved. It's all over. We did it. Making some biscuits over there, buddy? Yeah? Oh. He's really started this. He scratches his butt and he can't help but like chew on things. It's a really recent phenomenon. And it's like brain turns off. Oh yeah, he's butt. He bit into that lamb. Oh, it goes again. Oh, it's all Trumpy. Yep. So I just like turning his brain off by scratching his butt. Alex Bishop, Houston. Super chats. Houston, from now on, you should check the distance from the camera with your finger. 5 minutes into the show, all in favor? How about this one? This one holds focus a little better than the other one. All right, this actually looks like it's doing HD. It wasn't doing HD on the old computer. Maybe I should switch them back again. I don't know. I'd switched the Elgato to the Monkey Cam because it was being less consistent, and now it seems to be pretty consistent on this computer. So maybe we'll swap it all around and put the cheap Chinese one on the Elgato side. And yeah, but again, it's called Elgato, and there are 2 Elgatos right there. So I mean, it seems kind of appropriate. Tired of listening to a shorter calculator intro. Well, you know, Alexander K made it for me, and I like it. Dizzy, Houston, just joined. Wanted to ask about yesterday's stream. You mentioned writing puts down. Can you talk about which strikes and dates you would hypothetically buy puts for? I mean, it depends on prices, right? I'll probably be doing 2 different things. If we go back to the calculator. Okay, so back to calculator. Depends on what the stock is doing. Like, let's say we got a week of volatility. We got a Sunday night Roaring Kitty YOLO update, right? And we got ourselves like some killer overnight volatility. And the stock goes to like $45. Right? So GME's at $45, Monday morning opening. Implied volatility is through the roof. So implied volatility is like 900%. At open, you know, the delta, the difference between the price close on Friday and the price open on Monday is like $13. So that adds $1,300 to every single solitary premium. And the premium might have been $200 if you bought at the money on Friday. So you're at $1,500. But because of the implied volatility, that might push you up to almost $2,000 a share. So if you got 10 of them, right, and you get $2,000 each contract, so you got 20 grand. Like, okay, cool. Well, what usually happens is it opens, everyone goes, oh my God, I made so much money, and they sell a whole bunch of their contracts. And so the price gets pushed down. The shorts love it. Like, woohoo, yeehaw. So you sell those suckers, you sell those 20,000, and if you buy it at the money, the price is at $45, you buy $45 puts, maybe $44 puts, so they're in the money. Might cost you $300 for each one, $400 maybe. So let's say 400. Boom, 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 boom. So now you have, 5? I did that. No, that did not wrong at all. 20,000 divided by 400. There we go. 50. So you get yourself 50 puts. Those 50 puts, the price might come down $10, right? So you're doing about $1,000 in every single one of those. Awesome. So you're at $1,000. Ba-ba-bum. Yay. So now 50 grand. And now you buy a whole bunch of weeklies because now the implied volatility, like on calls, has squished while going up a little bit on puts. So you're not looking at like a premium of $500 or more per share. You might be looking at $300 a share. $300 a contract. You buy at the money, looking for the rest of the week. So now the stock price is at $35, $37, somewhere in there. So you buy them at $37, and you get them at about $300 each. And now you have 167 of those things. We'll call it 167, make it easy. 167 of those call options, and you write it into the next day. And if it's like May and June, you know, the stock price can go from that $37 to 80 something pre-market and open at $65. So now you're looking at, you have $2,800 to $3,000 in delta on each one of those, plus probably $1,000 in premium. So you get about $4,000 for each one of these things. And the stock price is at $65. So you make a lot of money. Oh, no, that did 40. I didn't want to do 40. It keeps doubling on me for some reason. 4,000. So now you're at $668,000. You go, oh, you know what? If the volatility ends up being over in a week or two, this thing's going to drop pretty hard. So you might buy a whole bunch of puts at the money. So at the money, you probably pick them up for $500 each. So it's $65. So you can buy, divide that by 500. So you can pick up about 1,336 of them if you want. Or you can kind of sell your stuff, take a chunk of that money, and you can buy deep out of the money puts, or deeper, and you can buy, let's say, for 2-3 weeks ahead at $50. So you're $15 up. The $50 ones probably cost you, let's look at, where's my GME options chart here? So we're going to look like 3 weeks out. Come on. So 3 weeks from today, that would be 1, 2, 3 there. Puts, things are $15 below, or above, sorry. Current price, 32, go 15 below that. That would be 13. So right now, puts that are $15 out of the money on GameStop are 2 cents a share for 3 weeks out. There's not much likelihood it's going to go $13, right? So add some volatility to that. Let's say it's 20 to 40 cents a share. So you got $40 per. To get those $50 puts, they're 3 weeks out. So you can take that $668,000 if you want to, whatever you want. 668, boom, boom, boom. And if you were to buy a whole bunch of $50 puts, they're a few weeks out, you get 16,000 of them, right? And the stock goes back to where it should at $30. You can make $2,000 of every single one of those suckers. Whoop! You just that $33 million off of 2 days of trading, right? You just wait a few weeks. I would probably going to do a mix. Like if the stock price ever opens at $75, $80, I'll probably buy a whole bunch of those deep in the money puts at like $50, because I'll pick them up for pennies. I'll buy a whole bunch of them, and in a month or two, or even a few weeks, the stock price settles back out again. You can make a fortune off those, and then play with the rest of the money, playing the up and down volatility as the weeks go on. Just sort of guaranteeing myself a big old nest egg further out. You know, you take a chunk, you peel it off for the now. Like, oh, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to pay off some bills, whatever. Take a chunk, you buy some deep out of the money puts when the volatilities make the price go really high, and then you sit on those, because it's going to come down eventually. 2021, right? 2021, the price is $480 a share intraday. If you were to buy puts at 125, right? You buy $125 puts, you're probably picking them up for a penny each, because they're over $300 out of the money. Even within crazy implied volatility, you can buy those $125 puts for pennies. So let's say you are a wizard. Go back to 2021. We're going to play the whole 2020 hindsight Monday morning quarterback thing. And you had, I don't know, 10 call options at $45. So you bought way out of the money, crazy ones in December. You bought them for December 2020 for, I don't know, February 2021. And you got 10 of them for cheap, right? At one point, those things were probably about $45,000 each. Boom. So you made $450,000. You sold them right before the buy button got turned off, and you immediately bought a whole bunch of $225 puts at $2, $3 each. Say $3. So then you have 150,000 of those fuckers. And the stock price by the second week of February was at $38. So you're at $9,000 each on one of those. So times 9,000. In 2 trades, you just made $1.3 billion. Monday morning quarterbacking it. And then if you knew, oh, those things, they didn't close, you can turn that into call options for April of 2021 and make yourself the richest human being on earth cash-wise ever. So there's something to be said about kind of looking for, like, when you get that crazy volatility, knowing that it's going to even itself out at some point and going, I'm going to take a chunk of this. I'm going to buy a boatload of these way out of the money puts and just write it back down again because they're really cheap right now and I can buy a fortune of them. So that's sort of the plan. It's 4:30. I got to get going. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. Except if I didn't get to your chats, we'll try to get to them later. I don't know if weird things happen over the weekend. Maybe I'll do a Sunday show. Otherwise, I'll see you guys Monday. And I should have that stupid spreadsheet done by then. Peace out, Girl Scout. Have yourselves a great day. Right? Cool. Where do I go? I gotta go. Actually, it is kind of dark outside this time around. Weird. It wasn't that dark yesterday. We'll do that.